is Jesus, Lucifar. So let me help you understand why Jesus and Satan are both referred to as morning stars. When you read the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12, we see Satan being referred to as morning star. And when we read Revelations 22, verse 16, Jesus calls himself the bright and morning star. So is Jesus Lucifer. Lucifar means light, and Jesus is light. But Jesus is not Lucifer, and here is why. First of all, you have to understand that there are only two classes of angels in the Bible. And these are only mentioned in the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 7. And it says, "When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy." So morning stars are a class of angels, as well as the sons of God. So Satan to be called the morning star only means he was part of the general class of angels called the morning stars. There is no much logic. And Satan being light, it's because all angels were turned into light after the judgment that was carried out during the floods. But Jesus calls himself the bright and morning star. Lucifar is only a morning star, meaning he is just part of the angels. But Jesus is the main angel. So this shows you that Jesus is referring to himself as the head of the angels. That's who in the Old Testament he is the angel of God. Remember, we only have two classes of angels, the morning stars and the sons of God. And Jesus also refers himself to the Son of God. Jesus is the flaming sword that was placed in the Garden of Eden with the cherubims, and in the book of Revelation we see Jesus' eyes with this flame and a double-edged sword coming out of his mouth. That's Revelations chapter 1, verse 14 and 16. So all angels are called cherubims, and these were placed in the Garden of Eden after the fall of man. And Jesus being part of these angels, he was this flaming double-edged sword in the garden, as a reflection of both the morning star and the Son of God. So after the floods and judgment being passed also to the angels because they too were living on earth. In Genesis 6 we see that some angels called the sons of God rebelled and joined man and created what was referred to as darkness in form of corruption of the flesh. So when you read the book of Ezekiel about the king of Tyrus, who was Satan, you will see he was a cherubim, and the Bible says he was still perfect in the Garden of Eden at that time. Yet we know he is in a class of morning stars. He also had a covering of different stones, meaning angels had a physical body. That's why they managed to give birth to giants in Genesis 6. And during the floods, Jesus had to represent angels as well, in order to pass out judgment to them as well, like he represented us as a human to judge us. And after the judgment, that's when angels are turned from physical to spiritual beings in form of light through Jesus. And that's how angels become light. That's why Jesus is an angel of God. He also had to become the morning star and the Son of God. And all this happened when God said, "Let there be light," and this light is separated from the darkness. And then light becomes day, and then morning and evening becomes the first day. That's where angels become morning stars. John 1 says, "This light was the life of men that shined out of the darkness." And when we go back, this light becomes day. And what is day? Day becomes morning and evening. And that's where the mystery of the term morning star comes from, because light became morning, which light was the life of men, and who was Jesus. This was not our natural light of the sun and moon, because the natural lights were created on the fourth day. Yet this is the first day. That's the deeper revelation that reveals Jesus is endless, he is everything. And Satan is just a rebellious angel who needed salvation like the other angels. Believe Jesus and be saved. Thank you for listening.